One of the cases that I'm most proud of is a case that involved an individual who had slipped and fell at a local restaurant. And following her fall, she attempted to do what I think many people try to do, and that was to call the store and report the fall and to seek to only obtain a visit to the doctor to find out why her knee was hurting. The store refused. The store did not want to cooperate. The store put her off and continued to put her off, and then eventually put her off onto their insurance company, who continued to put her off. And she eventually called our office and said that she had had this fall at this local restaurant, and she described what she thought was a knee injury, but by this time she had not been able to obtain medical treatment. It had been some time since the fall. She had relied upon the store to do what we call the right thing in trying to get her to a doctor. Never did they tell her that it was never their intentions to get her to a doctor. They simply knew that if they put her off, they could continue to put her off for as long as possible. And the longer they put her off, the more difficult her case would be once she finally made her way to a lawyer. By the time she had made it to our office, it had been probably about 6 weeks since the fall, and she had still not obtained medical treatment. We were able to get her in to see a doctor. The doctor diagnosed what he thought to be a probable knee injury, but there was going to have to be further testing and MRI and such as that. And by the time she had obtained that, she had attempted to return back to work. When she attempted to return back to work, she realized just how bad her knee was really hurting her. And long story short, she ultimately ended up having to have arthroscopic knee surgery to repair a torn meniscus. The insurance company for the local restaurant offered her $850, notwithstanding the fact that she had incurred about $65,000 in medical expenses associated with the fall, associated with the treatment that came from the fall, and associated with the fact that she had missed some work. She had total damages of about $100,000. They had offered the $850, and they eventually filed what's called a proposal for settlement for $850, and they rode that offer all the way to trial. They had removed her case from local circuit court to federal court because they believed that they could obtain a more favorable jury. But fortunately for my client, we were able to obtain a verdict of $425,000. So at the end of the day, we had obtained a verdict that was nearly 500 times the offer that she was made. And had the local restaurant and had the insurance company just done the right thing and get her to see a doctor, the case never may have made it that far. It's just another example of the fact that big business, big industry is usually not looking out for the little person. The little person has to be looked out for by us lawyers.